Different from the previous 10 years, when I taught at a cash-strapped inner-city school, Westford Academy has been an ideal teaching environment. Beyond the beauty of the physical space, there exists a high standard for thoughtful and effective educational practices. The only aspect more impressive than the skillful staff, in fact, is the kindness and appreciation the students have for each other and their teachers. It was a difficult decision to leave teaching, but I'm confident in my choice, knowing that employment at Westford Academy was the ultimate. Had I worked at a lesser school, I would have been left to wonder if a better teaching job would have justified staying in the field of education.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that most teachers, when they come their first year, they're kind of getting a lay of the land, they're overwhelmed, they're this, they're that. This year, Mr. Gallant spent, a few months getting the lay of the land, but then he started taking greater part in conversations and, in collaborating and things like that around physics, especially. He rearranged the physics storage room, basically. It's made it more accessible for all the physics people and others who go and steal stuff.
Mr. Gallant was hands down the most unique teacher I've ever had the privilege to have. It was always clear how much he loves physics, and he sincerely tries every day in class to evoke the same love in each of his students.
In 1994, I resigned from my engineering position to pursue teaching certification as part of a graduate degree in education. In preparation for this, I completed some additional life and earth science coursework. Working as a waiter at night, I was able to study full-time and was looking for my first teaching position the following year. Though student teaching at Chelmsford High School was nerve-wracking and stressful, my first year as an actual teacher was more challenging than anything I'd ever done. I learned a lot about myself through many successes and failures.
Before him, Master Riccardelli was here for 38 years. And then we got Phil Logsdon, who was here for 3 years and was doing a great job with both physics and engineering. And he ended up taking a job closer to home and near where his wife works.
In between my previous teaching job and working at Westford Academy, I completed a medical degree. Afterwards, I started a residency training to become an internal medicine physician. This is the type of medical doctor that usually takes care of people while they're very ill and in the hospital. I have since realized that I would rather work in an outpatient setting where there is a greater focus on prevention, social complications to health, and strategies for coping. Training in the field of psychiatry, I hope, will be in better agreement with my nature.
He always finds ways to make physics exciting. From his hands-on labs to his lively demonstrations, we were never bored.
You see, in my opinion, teaching is a privilege and difficult to live up to. Over the years, I've grown a little more forgiving of my inadequacies and have avoided the formation of a defensive shell. But in staying receptive to criticism, self and otherwise, I've grown to enjoy teaching all the more. Each year, I feel my approach to teaching aligns more comfortably with my nature.
His positivity and quirky attitude make class more interesting and enjoyable. He cares about all of his students and wants all of them to succeed. I look forward to his class each day. You can't ask for a better physics teacher.
My parenting partner, Jennifer, and I are expecting a baby. Jennifer and I met in medical school. She is a terrific family medicine resident and will be an amazing mother. Regardless of the type of residency, the first year, intern year, is arduous. Unfortunately, my new job as a resident begins just as my teaching job ends.
It's great that he's going on to other great things, but and we're happy to have him for a year, but I wish we had him for 10.